there you are. I can see you. Crystal clear. Hey fam, hey fam, hey fam. FYI guys, if you're new here, a lot of you have been telling me, a lot of new people that don't know, I'm neurodivergent. Look, I put earrings for you, babe. I have ADD, okay? For the new folks, I have ADD. And I sort of self-medicate with caffeine. Best breakfast ever. This and French fries for breakfast with extra salt in bed. What more could you want? So if you guys notice that I'm a little, if you're new here, yeah, it's the caffeine. But the fam knows that. You guys know that. You guys know me. The chat knows me. The punch flavor? What color is that? I really like the peach. And the mango. Oof. The mango has the like Mexican sugar skull outside. Hey guys, hey Nadine, hey gorgeous, happy Sunday, hey Doc, hey WB, brigade reporting for duty. Is that a toilet plunger? What? It's a great weekend. My heart is so full. My heart is so full. Hey phonetics. Welcome, chat. Now, I want to talk about Jack Showalter because he really fucking triggers me, okay? Ooh, okay, it's blue with a skull on for the punch flavor. Thank you. I'll have to take a look. Now, Jack Showalter. And guys, a lot of you have been asking me like, where are you finding these videos that you're talking about that you don't share? I don't share because it's other people's content. I don't like doing that. I know that some YouTubers do. Sometimes when we do share that content, the videos get taken down, and I'm not gonna do all of this work here for the videos to just get taken down. But I always, if you pay close attention, direct you to where to find the videos. So this video that I'm talking about was actually posted by D's True Crime on TikTok. That being said, I do understand that not everybody has TikTok. Oh well. I'll post, if I remember, a picture of the footage in the thumbnail. Now, this video that I'm talking about, I will describe it fairly quickly to you. This video is footage that has never really been seen until now. We now know that we are 3 years into this, guys. 3 years into this, and there's so much new footage, so many documents, 2,000, 3,000 pages of new documents being released. And this new footage shows the back of the grub truck. We have seen the girls when the footage was shown and they're ordering the food. We've seen that footage, right? So many times it's etched into our brains by now. And they're ordering food, whatever. This is in the back. This is the back of the grub truck. We see them walking towards the grub truck. Now, what's interesting about this footage is that it also shows Jack Showalter, right? And I thought that Jack Showalter didn't know the other lady. Well, in this footage that I will share in the thumbnail, it shows he's walking with Kaylee. He is walking with Kaylee. He is not walking with Maddie, right? If anything, Maddie is lagging behind. Okay? Maddie's behind them. like she's, being kind of silly in the background. She's walking like silly with her big old black jacket on, and Kaylee and Jack are like right next to each other, like this, right? Um they're talking, right? They're walking. And he's saying he didn't know the other lady, right? I don't know what video you're talking about, Christina, but the video I've seen, Kaylee's legs do not look translucent. So I'm not sure. Um I'm talking about the video that was released by Dee's True Crime, or shared by her. But it's like, you're walking right next to her. You told the cops that you did not know the other lady. You did know the other lady. You did know the other lady. And even if you supposedly didn't know her, you met her that night. Which means what? Oh, it means that you actually did get to know her. And again, he's walking next to her. He's talking to Kaylee. So it's really weird that he keeps referencing Kaylee, not by her name, but by the other lady. The other lady, right? Again, they obviously met that evening. So why are you acting like you're confused? Why are you asking like you don't know her? You were obviously there walking and talking with her. Okay? You're obviously there walking and talking with her uh to the grub truck footage while Maddie's in the back. You know what kind of vibe that I'm personally picking up on? Because I would assume that if it's two best friends and they're out with a third wheel, right? Like a third person, a third guy, you're typically going to walk right next to each other or close to each other. The fact that Maddie is lagging behind makes me curious, makes me wonder if it's possible that Jack Showalter was walking right next to this lady that he didn't know because he was trying to maybe make an impression. Was he trying to make an impression? Was he trying to hit on Kaylee? Was he trying to get lucky that night? And the fact, in my opinion, that Maddie is giving them that space. Well, I personally wouldn't give my girlfriend space with a guy she doesn't know. I'm not gonna give her no, no. You're not getting space with this weirdo unless he's trying to hit on you and whatever, right? Otherwise, I'm grabbing her or walking right next to my girlfriend to protect her. But I'm not getting those vibes from Maddie. She's just being silly in the back. Weird, right? Right? Um the fact that he was trying to distance himself from her anyway and calling her that lady, okay, that wasn't for no reason, right? That wasn't for no reason. Between Jack Showalter and Hunter saying they don't know Kaylee or Kylie, as Hunter stated, it's very obvious that they do. And I think that they are saying so probably why? Because the cops are involved. Okay. It's interesting that they don't know the one who just so happened to get such a horrible beating, so much so that her face was what, beat to mush, right? Isn't it weird that they don't know her? And this again reminds me of the very ancient scrolls, the comments that were posted anonymously on the 4chan. page where the posters shared that they had done horrific things to these people, and they mentioned all of their names, but when they referred to Kaylee, they referred to her as tits. As tits. And they also mentioned in the 4chan post that they didn't mean to get her, that she wasn't supposed to be there, that was by accident. Also, when we are paying close attention to the original footage of the grub truck, I noticed that Kaylee grabs Maddie's arms and gives her a very stern look, almost as if she's telling her, almost as if she's telling her it's time to leave the grub truck, right? Maddie looked like she was having words with someone sitting down, and then Kaylee grabs her arm and pulls her to leave. Kaylee looks displeased, right? And a lot of people have always suspected Jack Showalter from day one, um, because of the entirety of this footage, right? Why is he calling her lady, by the way? I still think that it's weird that he'd call any woman near his age lady. I didn't know that, lady. It's just atypical, I think, for a young person to refer to her as that, right? Um, Now, something else that stands out to me is that no EMT ever came to check on the traumatized survivors, right? No one. No one ever came. Mandy Johnson, $5. I'm so sorry. I think I missed it the first time. Thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate it. I'm going to buy myself more of these. Thank you. Okay, there was not even a mental check for these traumatized survivors, supposedly nothing. That's extremely rare, right? Because usually when there's an unconscious person who dispatches at least one ambulance, right? They dispatch at least one ambulance. You know, by the time that they found all 4 victims, an ambulance would have been there. By the time that they were made aware that all of them had passed away. But the EMTs would most definitely be there. And we don't see that in this case, right? That being said, guys, I have to be transparent, right? Is there a way to verify that this video that was released by this creator is legit? Is it AI? We are in an era where it's becoming so hard to tell what is AI, what is not AI. And yes, you can put in a FOIA request to get this information, but we don't really know, right? I personally requested some information, some footage from ISP and from Moscow, and I have asked both agencies if they released this video, and I'm still waiting on an answer. So I'm not sure about this video, but why still is he distancing himself? Right? We see we see them walking together, Kaylee and Jack. Maddie's being silly, walking weird. He seems to be very walking very comfortably with someone he doesn't know. He's walking very comfortably. And what's odd is when Maddie and Kaylee leave very fast. They're almost running to that black or dark blue car that I talked about in the previous live. It comes across to me as like they're leaving Jack on purpose after he literally just walked past the car. It just looks odd. Um, and I don't know if, you know, I don't know why they did that. Did they sense his energy? Did they pick up creep weirdo vibes? And we're just trying to get out of there as soon as possible? So, how did the FBI let people in the house leave? We have victims, family members have had to sit at stations or hospitals full of red fluid, right? When there's survivors. That's what typically happens if there are survivors. How could law enforcement in seconds, rule out the roommates or anybody that was on site? And not only were they on site, but we've seen the footage. Somebody's literally touching a fucking weapon. Hunter literally touched a weapon. And they were just immediately ruled out. Isn't that weird? I don't know what's going on here. Cause I've talked about statistics and how dangerous men are when you're a woman, okay? Not all men, but statistically speaking, a lot of them are very dangerous, ladies. And you know that, right? If you're a man with a daughter, because a lot of men who don't have children don't understand. But it's almost like something sometimes clicks, and they're like, "Oh my god, I have a daughter now. I have to protect her from all the evil men." Because you get it, huh? You get it now. And I just wonder if maybe he thought he had a chance with Kaylee, you know? So they went to the grub truck with him and then ditched him and then he did what he did. Is that what happened? I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just a girl, right? I can say that, right? I can say that, right? I mean, Dylan and Bethany Funk to this day are, in all the legal documents that we are getting, they're contradicting themselves and all the body cam footage that's being released of the interviews, all the legal documents that are being released, they contradict themselves in every fucking interview. So don't get mad at me. Go be angry elsewhere. I want to know how long is the walk from the corner club to the grub truck because somebody had supposedly picked up Jack Decor and two others from the club at 1:49, right? But this video starts at 1:51. So that's what, 3 minutes? And then Jack was still at the corner club when Kaylee and Maddie left. So what's going on? You know what it's looking like to this day? It's looking like what we already knew from 3 years ago, right? It's looking like the roommates lied, like the friends lied, Moscow PD lied. The DA also withheld evidence. Everybody on social media in the Moscow area was chatting about the crime before the cops were called. Remember that? Maybe you don't remember that because that was 3 years ago. Everybody was talking about the crime before the cops were called. That is the biggest red fucking flag I have ever heard about. The fact that people don't question that alone is very concerning. It's very concerning. Okay. The fact that we have a refrigerator that's supposed to be holding the most important evidence of one of the most tragic, one of the most horrific cases of the year, especially in such a town where things like this don't happen in Moscow. And the refrigerator that's holding all the DNA magically breaks down, and that the warehouse that's holding all the DNA magically catches on fire, and that there are so many people that are tied to this case that magically pass away. Interesting. And that the fact that so many people around this case have ties to one of the most powerful cartels in the country, the Aryan Brotherhood gang, that just a few months post Idaho 4 got caught in the largest drug bust in history. Jesse James Bailey, is he related to Emma Bailey? I just wish that they would release the victims' phone records, right? I would love to see their phone records, not just Bethany's and not just Dylan's. I want to see the victims' phone records, especially the Snapchat information, right? And Jack, if you're watching this, let me tell you a little something, boy. Let me tell you a little something, boy, okay? Cause it looks like you were standing closer to Kaylee at the grub truck too. She even took a pic of him over her shoulder. How do you explain that? Hmm? Hmm? I personally don't think that this video is AI. Um, but I'm still waiting for the agencies to verify that with me, right? And remember, Jack Showalter had blood in his apartment. Okay. And what did cops say? Oh, this doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter that he's got blood all over his apartment. What college kid says, I didn't know the other lady? Isn't that a little bit sketchy? Isn't that a little bit sketchy? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it to me it comes across as he's intentionally being weird about it, or he's like mocking the situation. Um it's very strange. In the same video, we can see that Maddie can barely walk. She's like struggling. She's struggling to walk. Yet we're expected to believe that Bethany, when she said Maddie was walking the dog and everything else, no fucking way. I'm not buying it. Maddie was walking the dog. She can barely walk in this video. And him using the word lady, it sounds so juvenile. Aren't they around the same age? It seems like you're doing these verbal gymnastics to make yourself seem more innocent, more naive, distance yourself even more. Again, the distancing is a big red flag. Anytime I see that in any case, it's a big red flag. And the fact that we have so many people here pretending to not know Kaylee when we know damn well they knew Kaylee. Hunter, oh, Kylie, Kayla, Korea. It's Kaylee, bitch. And you know that because we've seen the footage of you coming out of 1122 King Road when Rosie showed up. Remember that? When Rosie showed up, you came out of the house with her. And I think the one that was drunk here was Maddie. Not so much Kaylee. I know a lot of people have mentioned in the past that Kaylee was the drunk one. I don't think so. I think Maddie was the drunk friend, right? She's walking super duper clumsy. And when I think of me and my friends, and I was the most drunk one, they would kind of leave me behind, right? Because I'd be talking stupid shit and walking like this, but they always had an eye on me. So it comes across like it's the same. Kaylee's walking in the front, uh, having a conversation with Jack Showalter while Maddie's acting a fool. She's being silly. She's drunk in the back. Um, and I know people are saying that Maddie is walking like she was rugged. I don't think so. I think she's just drunk, and I just think she's acting silly, right? She's just acting silly. That's my opinion, guys. Um, Let me know if you guys do have a TikTok. Please go watch that video that I told you to go watch at the very beginning of this live stream and let me know your thoughts. I'm very curious. Again, this is very hard now to tell what is AI, what is not. I know um, somebody mentioned in the chat that they thought this was AI because Kaylee's legs looks transparent, but in the video I'm watching, her legs do not look transparent. That being said, there are so many videos out there that it's so hard to know what's real and what's not, right? So again, we cannot verify that until I get something back from NPD or ISP verifying that yes, this video is authentic. So take this with a grain of salt, right? But definitely, if you do have TikTok, please go watch it and let me know what you think about it. Happy Sunday. Take care of your family, take care of yourselves, and let me know your thoughts, right? Because it's 4 more days. For 4 more days until the anniversary of this case. And that's so it still breaks my heart talking about this, right? And I know that there are a lot of people that still get triggered, like, why are you only talking about the IDAHO4? At some point, yeah, we're going to have to talk about something else. You guys know that I have talked about a couple other cases that I eventually want to get into. Like, well, we'll see. There's a couple cases that I've mentioned in the past. Maybe I'll start talking about those in the future. But for me, this case it's just so sad because there's 4 people that 3 years later have not gotten justice. Okay? And the more of these documents that you guys read, and I know that a lot of you guys said you don't, because it's a lot of reading. It's a lot of legal documents. Again, 2,300 pages that I'm trying to skim through for you and for myself and for the 4 people. At the end of the day, we're doing this for them so that they can get justice, because in my opinion, I don't know if the families actually want justice. Do they actually want the truth? The truth can be hard to swallow. It can be painful. And I'm not sure what the families want, but I know what the 4 would want. And that's the truth, right? And justice. So thank you guys for joining me in today's live. Happy Sunday. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And thank you guys for joining me on a early morning live. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the super chats as well. Take care. Have a good weekend.